Cool. Hello, folks. So, in this video, this is part I think 4 because I've done part 3. I think. Yes, this is part 4 of upgrading Uptime Kuma version 1 to version 2. I was just now checking out what is the version of Uptime Kuma that I'm using currently, like in what I'm running currently. So, I got it from here. So from the about, it says. Version 2.0, right? And in I think 1.0 I don't have much data stored. Just a moment. Just a minute. Cool. So in 1.0 I had lesser data. Interestingly, both the data is in the same directory but in different files and stuff. So let me show that to you. So we have the MySQL, like basically MariaDB running here. You can see that here. And these are providers for Uptime Kuma. This is the API. And this is the branch. So here you can actually see the database over here in DB. So you can actually see not DB, sorry. Just a minute, let me check. File kuma.file db/kuma.db. It's an SQLite file, yes, but there's also this data directory where db is stored. So you can actually see that also over here, kuma.db and all. So, and you can actually see that there is a db config JSON. I think this is for the MariaDB or MySQL stuff. So you can actually see the MariaDB DB name, the password, and whatnot. So it stores that here. So this configuration I did it while running the Uptime Kuma first time. So instead of providing these details through environment variables and all, you have to set it up when you run it, and then it stores it in its file system. So if it loses this, you need the thing again, I guess. So yeah. So yeah, I mean now, so I'm running version 2 and I'm using the MySQL, the MariaDB database. Though I can use SQLite also, and the version 1 has support only for SQLite, I believe. So I have the data that I got from version 1, which is this version 1.23.1. So there's a lot of data here. So you can actually see that there are some 487 IDs, so 487 monitors, each of different types. So I calculated, like, did some stats. So there is a monitor type of group, and then there is a monitor type of JSON query, which basically is part of the HTTPS thing. So under HTTPS, you do a HTTP or HTTPS call, and then you run a JSON query against the JSON response, assuming you get a JSON response, or else it's going to be a problem. And then you check if the JSON response has something or does not have something, or contains something or not. So, and then there is HTTP, plain HTTP, right? And then the auth methods are none and basic HTTP, basic auth. So you can actually see these over here. So the idea is multi-steps. So the first thing I want to do is basically check if the data is fine, right? Data from v1 is fine, which means for example, every monitor ID is unique, right? The parent and child information is all correct, right? Is fine and correct. Correctness check, right? And what else? So this response I got from v1. So, and you can actually check out how v2 is working out over here. Let me show it to you. So here you can actually see when I run this Python library, where you can actually say import Uptime Kuma and then say connect to, basically 3000 is the front end, so it won't connect to that. 3001 is the socket, WebSocket server, so API. So here if I don't say login, for example, this is one moment. The login is this, but if I don't log in but simply just to get monitors, it won't get it because it's not logged in, so you won't get any events until you log in, until the login event occurs, right? Like you finish the login event, send login data. So it basically says timed out while waiting for the event, right? So once you log in, this should be fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log in. So oops, it says I think wrong. Let me check. Login, username, password. Not sure why that happened. Customize. Auth incorrect credentials. So maybe I think I provided the wrong thing. Just a moment. I think it's admin. Just a moment. I think it's admin and 123. So let me just provide that. I think I had it here. Admin. Yeah. So admin and admin 123. So it's this. So it is auth incorrect credentials. So admin and admin 123. Right. So you get the token, and then now you can do get monitors, and it should come. Right. So this is straightforward, and then you can use JSON and stuff like that to do whatever you want to do over here. The last time I used JSON thing, there was a problem. Like I used from JSON and then like import JSON. So for example, basically this, and then I did JSON dumps. Which actually had an issue because, for example, if I do this, I think some things like this is inside a single quote, right? And let me get this here. Oh, that's a lot of data. Okay, so let's take it up till here, right? Oops, I think I went too far. Okay, it's here, right? If I actually get this, I don't think this is a valid JSON, is it? Okay, it's a valid JSON. In this case, it's a valid JSON. The thing is, when I got this same data from the V1 server, the data didn't seem to be valid because there were some, escaped characters like this, right? Or like this. So I had to remove those manually. So I'll probably do one thing, which is write the data directly to some file system so that I can actually do some better things. So for dump, I think you'll have to tell the file pointer, right? So I'll just say just a moment. Python write to file, yeah. So let me just use as f. Okay, I think this should just work. So before I open this up, I'll just do help and I'll say json.dump, right? And basically fp is just, let me just check what fp is. I think fp is a file pointer. So dot write supporting file like object. Yeah, awesome. So I should be able to get this with this thing. Just do this. So I can just say, this, right? I'll just say sample.json, right? And then I can now write something like json.dump. Oops, I forgot. I think it needs API.get monitors. Okay, get underscore monitors, and then comma f, I think, and that's it. Yeah. So now if I open up this file, this should have sample1.json. Yeah, pretty much perfect. Cool. So yeah, I mean this is what I wanted. So if I just do a scratch sample.json and just do this, yeah, awesome. So this I need to do basically with the v1 version thing, but for now I'm just not going to do that. But yeah, I need to actually do that and ensure that this data is right. So other than that, I want to actually convert this into a Terraform, source file with .tf file, so that I can actually use Terraform providers, either mine or the existing ones. For example, the Killer Queen one or the eHealth Co ID one, right? I think Killer Queen one is the better one, uh, and like something that has more commits, because this one only has 8 commits, and I don't know like what the idea was over here. So yeah, let me just so I'll be going through the code for both of these. For a complete guide, check this. Okay, interesting. So they have some starter pack. Starter Docker based setup for running Uptime Kuma with an API extension behind this. Oh, it's interesting. Okay. So it's a Docker compose thing, I think. So here. Anyway, so you can run thing like this. So I don't know what this is. eHealth Co ID seems like a Indonesia thing because ID. Yeah, it's Indonesian language, so you can just convert it into. ID is basically just Indonesia. So yeah. I think this is probably some company. So, anyways, they have Terraform providers for stuff, and they have quite some repositories. I think 17 repositories. So yeah. So something about claims. I think this is probably about insurance claims and stuff. Anyways, so we have Uptime Kuma stuff over here. I think they only created the API, is it? No, they didn't. I think someone else probably created it. Yeah, this is a popular one, and oh, on top of, okay, this is actually a HTTP wrapper, API wrapper. I think this is written in Python. So this you can use to get your monitors and everything if you want to use it, right? This is interesting. So this has been created using Uptime Kuma API, because well, once you get connected to it, you can actually just here they have a HTTP server behind which some Python code is running, and they connect. There's a client running, WebSocket client running. You hit HTTP endpoints, which hits the WebSocket endpoint, and in case it's necessary, and uses that to give in the data. I think if I create my own provider, I'll just directly create a socket client, socket.io client. I think socket.io goes to some other website. Oh yeah, it's right. This is the website. So I think there must be a Golang implementation, ecosystem. I think this is all JavaScript. I don't know if they have it in latest blog. Implement package from Intel. Let me see if I can actually find out. Client offline usage with bundlers. Okay, adapters. Okay. Advanced namespaces and all. Okay. Let me see if I can actually find out if there's any Golang socket IO. Okay. So I think Go socket IO. Interesting. Real-time application framework. Cool. So they have arcade is. Please check the forked one. Okay, this is the forked one. So cool. I think Google. Why is this? What is this? Google? Okay. I thought it's by Google, but anyways, so I can just use this probably, and just a moment. So okay, so this has 638 comments and that has 639 comments. That's fine. Okay, interesting. Anyways, so I don't know if this is being maintained, but anyway, so looks like this is still Guwahati. Anyway, so you can just probably use this package, I guess. So I'll just use it, or I'll see what package the Terraform providers have used, or if they've just used a server which actually uses HTTP APIs. So I'll probably look at socket or IO stuff later. And cool. So I want to actually understand what is this data. So let's just go through this a bit. So there's a name, there's a description, there's a path name. So I need to understand this before I go ahead and do stuff. So every monitor I need to understand. So understand the data is also an important thing. So I'll just do that. Understand the data, right? Like stats, etc. Fields, etc. Okay. So monitor has an ID, a name, description. I mean, if there's one, right? Can be null, right? Name, I don't think will be null, and path name will be there. Path name, and then parent can be null. And then children IDs can be empty. So this is a number, this is an integer, right? This is a string, right? This I think is a string. This is a string. This is an integer. This is an array of integers. Okay. So what else? There's a URL method, host name. Okay. URL method. Request method, HTTP request method. Can be invalid. Default seems to be get. Is it needed for group monitor? If not, keep it empty or null rather than HTTP code and such, right? So okay, cool. So this one also, if not, keep it empty or null rather than get. Okay, cool. Then the host name, port, max retries. Host name, I'm guessing, is a string. String guess can be null. Host name, port, and max retries. Okay, port can be null. I'll just say positive integers. Positive integer. And this is a guess though. Right. Max retries weight. Max retries positive integer weight. What is this? So I'm not sure what is weight. Because it was actually weight, but I'm not sure. Yeah, again, what is this weight? If you create a new monitor, there's retries. I don't know what is the weight over here. When you create a group, again, I don't know what's the weight. Yeah, do you really need it? I don't know. Do you need it for keep it empty rather than? So this is some number, I think. So both of these are numbers. Max retries integer active true. Rather than so group monitor rather than some random integer, positive integer. Right. I want to do this here also. Like, does the server require this as input? Though it doesn't seem to make sense for group monitors. Right. Cool. So let's see. Wait. This is seems to be a positive integer. Yes. Right. I don't know what's the weight. And then active, force inactive. Active, force inactive. What is this? What is this? Can you just make it inactive? I don't know. If it's paused, does it become inactive? Do you want to pause? Yes. Okay. When I pause it, what happens? Paused successfully. Okay. So if I look at ID3, will it be active false? Let's look at that. Let's put it in this and let's see if ID3 is available, and here it is active true. Is it paused? So paused, something is there, is it? I don't know, is there a pause? No. Interesting. So here you can see active is still true, false and active false. Interesting. Interesting that the first thing itself is 3. Port, mass resistors, first connector false, and weirdly there is no pause also. There is a resume. If I resume it, here how does ID show? I think I'm looking at the wrong ID over here. Yeah, ID 3. Here, it's still active true. Okay. The previous one was active true. Interesting. I don't know how that's happening. Anyways, I think somewhere they keep it stored. This is just like getting the monitors, I guess. It doesn't talk about, I think it's inactive or active. Anyways, so I don't know what it is. So other than that, type, interesting. Now that's good. So these two are booleans. Boolean type string. So you have group. Is not very HTTP. Enum. Enumeration. So there's group. There's HTTP JSON, I think. No, sorry, JSON query, and then there is HTTP. Cool. So then there's HTTP. Cool. That's the type, and then we have timeout interval. Okay. Timeout interval. Positive integer. Positive integer. I still think that these don't make sense. So, and then retry interval, resend interval, resend, wait, retry first, then resend. Retry interval, resend interval. So these are also positive integers, okay. Positive integers. So cool. And then you have keyword, invert keyword, false. I think keyword is a string. Keyword. What is this? Maybe the response should contain the keyword. So string is the guess. Can be null. and it was that's all there basically. You can actually see it over here in the group. mm, I think in HTTP request timeout, resend notification. hmm. Oh yeah, there's one for keyword basically. HTTPS keyword, only for that keyword is needed I think. So the search keyword in plain HTML or JSON response. um, the search is case sensitive, so invert keyword, look for the keyword to be absent rather than present. This is needed only for HTTPS keyword type monitor. Same here. So we don't need it. Okay. Cool. And then what was the other thing? So expiry notification, ignore TLS false. Expiry notification, ignore TLS, boolean. What is this? Notification, boolean. I have no idea what these are. Just gonna ignore it again. What is this? What is this? Is this to say ignore TLS certificate verification? Okay, so okay, so here you can actually see ignore TLS is false, explain notification is also false. It's all false, false, false. Okay. Keep active true, I guess. Only active has to be true, I think. Keep it as true for now. Okay. Right. So then everything else false. Upside down packet size. Okay. Upside down is basically a thing I noticed. I think here. Yeah. Flip the status upside down. If the service is reachable, it is down. Okay. I don't think we'll need anywhere upside down. Yeah, all of them says false only, so just keep it false again. Upside down. What is this? It's like upside down mode. Boolean. Just keep it false always. Always. So upside down. Boolean. Okay. Cool. Packet size and then max redirects. Okay. Packet size positive integer. Max redirects. Positive integer. Can you save this, dummy? Yeah, value must be greater than 0. Anyways. Cool. Oops. So, I don't know what this packet size is. Packet. I think it's probably for HTTP. No. Browser engine. Anything over here? No. Is there a ping TCP port? Ping. Oh yeah, in ping there is something. Max packets. Global timeout regardless of packets and total time. Okay. Per ping. This is the maximum waiting time in seconds. Packet size. Okay. I don't know what is this packet size. But this is only for ping, so I don't think we need it. For maybe TL scale ping also they might have it. Oh no, that's just for ping. So not needed. This is only needed for ping type monitor. So don't need it. Okay. So max redirects. This is only for like max. Where's the max? Right here, max packets. Cool. I think in this max retries. I think redirects comes in HTTPS max redirects. Is there no redirects to follow? So what is this? I think we know this. This is applicable only to HTTPS and related monitors. HTTPS TCP? Redirect? No, I think only in HTTP there's like redirect 301 and all that. Not in these. So HTTP has redirects. And then HTTP keyword should have redirects, yes. HTTP JSON query should have redirects. Oops. Redirects. gRPC is yes, it's there. So and then HTTP browser engine. No. I think the others, I don't know, stream game server. Anyways, I think these shouldn't have anything like that. Like HTTPS keyword, HTTPS JSON query, HTTPS. What was it? gRPC keyword, HTTP and gRPC keyword. gRPCS keyword. So I think max redirects, I don't know if we have like do we have it as, oh, for 486 things we have max redirects as this. Yeah, there's a 0 in one of them alone. I think unique. Yeah, you have only 0 and 10. Anyways, what else? So okay, that's still a lot. One moment. So max redirects, and then we still have all of these. Okay. So you have accepted status codes. Let me actually just do this. Let me go through them one by one. this is the set of accepted status codes when it comes to HTTP stuff, I think. So select status codes which are considered as successful response. Yes, yes. Okay, so this one is basically of type array of, I think this is just gonna be strings. Yeah, I don't know, like let's check it out because there are integers also here, but then I think everything has the same thing only. I think. Let me actually do one. Let's do this and then take some of them. Let's just see how this goes. I mean, I should have just checked this. Does it have 487 of these? Yes, it does. Maybe I'll just take these and do one down. And if I do a unique, yep, it's the same in all of them. So it's just gonna be this array of strings, right? Just keep it as a constant, 200 to 299. Yeah, I don't think we need it for anything that's not HTTP related, like group monitor, etc. Okay, so then DNS resolve type, DNS resolve server, DNS resolve server type, okay. I think it's necessary only in probably DNS stuff. Let me see. Oops, what did I do? I don't know how I closed that. I wanted to just do convert, no, uppercase, transform to uppercase. I thought this had a, yes, it's command K W, but anyways, I didn't want to close everything. Anyways, DNS result type, this is a string, and I think this comes up only, so DNS stuff comes up not even here, right? Probably just for DNS then. Resolver server, resource record type, right? I think only for DNS, and what else? I think that's it, probably just for DNS. I think this is only for DNS type monitor, right? DNS record type. What is this? Example A, txt, srv, etc. So DNS resolve server. So let me just require some. this one, Cloudflare is a default server. What is this? Can change the resolver anytime. It's the DNS. It's how the name says. It's what the name says. It's the DNS resolver server. And this is only for DNS type monitoring, okay? Cool. And DNS last result, Docker container one. We're almost done. Almost done. We're here. DNS last result. This is by the way string. This I have no idea what this is. Null. Can be null. What is this? I don't know. Yeah. Let's check that out here. The last result is it? It doesn't say anything over here. Conditions, add condition. Add group. No. Result last weird. Doesn't even seem to be a thing over here in the last screen, but I don't know. Last result, no. DNS fetches say queries. I don't know, it's a weird thing. Cool, I just search for result. Last, no. Okay, CNAME, MX, NS, PTR, SOA, TXT. Alright. I don't know what that is then because don't seem to know what that is. Okay. So DNS last result, Docker container, Docker host, proxy ID, Docker container, Docker host, proxy ID. This is can be empty string. I think this is a string. Docker container. Our host is null. String is the guess. Can be null. And I think it's required only for the Docker based thing. So I think this is the container ID or something probably, right? So what is this? Probably a Docker container or container ID. This is only for container Docker container type manager. Same for this. So Docker host. I set up a Docker host first, okay. So cool. So connection type for the Docker daemon basically TCP HTTP and all that. And then cool. Connection type and Docker daemon. What is this? Connection details to connect to a Docker daemon, like a name, friendly type of socket connection, type of, I think socket connection, yeah. Type of connection, socket, TCP, HTTP, and the Docker daemon socket over hostname. Right. So proxy ID, I have no idea. I think there's a proxy thing over here. Let me check. TCP port. I think HTTP has a proxy thing. Yeah, you can set up proxy in anything. I think. TCP port, no. Group, you can't set up proxy. HTTP, anything you can set up proxy. You can set up proxy. Cool, proxy protocol and everything over. So address and everything over. HTTP keyword, HTTP JSON query, HTTP gRPC. Okay. Cool. So for anything HTTP related, I think it's going to be there. Let me see if we have any proxies. Proxy ID. Email clients. Yeah, no. Can be null. I think this is only for HTTP type monitor. Seems like for all the monitors we have, we just we don't use any proxies. Well, I'll just continue this later. Notification ID tags, maintenance, MQTT topic. Yeah, I think these are all related to other types of monitors. Like this is notification related, yes, tags, maintenance. MQTT is related to MQTT. I think there's a MQTT thing here. There's an MQTT thing. MQTT monitor, and then database stuff. I think is for anything related to, I guess, Postgres or see database query and all. So, and then you have the auth method. I think this is where HTTP auth methods come in play. So if you look at it, we have either nothing or basic, right? And then there's gRPC URL. I think that is only for gRPC stuff, right? So there's gRPC URL keyword, enable TLS, proto service name, proto method, which service to call, which method to call, So yeah, method service, enable TLS, radius called station ID. I think there was something called radius. I think. Yes, I don't know what radius is, but looks like there's a thing around it, radius, and then something around game servers. So you can actually see stream game server over here. Not stream, sorry, Steam game. Wow, Steam game server. So it's Steam is a very big community and company, and they have a lot of games like Dota and all that, or at least they used to when I used to play it. So yeah, game dig given port only. So there is a game dig thing also. So I think game dig is probably some another entity. HTTP body encoding, JSON path. I think this is for JSON query. Let me see if we have used this anywhere. Oops. Let me make this read only first of all. CC yeah, there is like null and then JSON basically. Cool. I'll actually write them down. HTTP body encoding either null or JSON, right? So these I'll make it like not necessary. Notification ID list tags, notification ID list tags. Think maintenance MQTT topic, maintenance MQTT topic, MQTT success message, database query, success message, database query. Okay, and then auth method is empty or basic. Auth method either or basic, right? There's gRPC URL, gRPC protocol. I think this is gRPC URL. Yes, so there are some more gRPCs, is it? Yeah, over here. Yes. Let me just get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Put this and let's say PC, and then this will come later, I think. This data. Oops. And then I think service name is over here. And then radius called station ID. Okay, wait. Let me get these. Then I'll go till here and get these done. I think JSON path will come later. Let's keep this JSON path. And this called station ID. Radius volume station ID. Game div. Remaining, I think I'll just do it later from here. Cool, so that's all I had for this video. I'll probably do the next one later, and I'll probably just get all the data that I need.